800-585-1051. We're talking family business. Now, this comes out of Just With The Mess. She was talking about Russell Simmons and Kamora Lee Simmons and their daughter, Aoki. Just talking about family business. I just wanted to hear your thoughts. 800-585-1051. I would not talk negative family business out there. I would never put it. Of course, me and my wife wrote a book where we talk about our relationship and we try to help other people that's been going through some of the things that we've been through. Anything that we've been there where we talk about our kids, we talk to our kids first so they're just not blindsided about something that happened in our family that they didn't know about.
Yeah.
But I would hope that my kids will never go online if there's a problem or situation, that they'll be able to either talk to me, my wife, or a family member, or grandparents, or friends. We have a lot of friends. Like, my family's a village. There's a lot of friends and family and people around us.
Yeah.
I hope that they would never. But you did it one time.
I did. My dad and my mom divorced like almost 2 years ago. They were together before I was here, and I wanted, you always just want the family that you grew up in to stay together. And it was just unforeseen differences. They grew apart, and I went in because my dad kind of got bitter after. Well, ain't no kind of. He got real bitter after the divorce, and he was just taking it out on everybody, and I wasn't used to that because me and my dad, we're best friends, and we were way closer than we are now, but we're getting back to that now, and it put a damper on our relationship. And I had Carefully Reckless, my podcast that I have on the Black Effect that come out every Wednesday, and I went in on this man on one episode, and he heard it. It broke his heart, and I felt so bad. Like, I still apologize about it today, like to this day, because it was last year, and I'm like, damn, I never want my dad to feel like that I don't love him, that I'm trying to destroy him. I was just angry, and he was angry too. We both apologized. We kumbaya. That's why we did this. We did the shrooms, and we connected, and all of that. And I just held him. I cried. He held me. He cried, and it was a kumbaya. But I did that, and I would never do that again.
Yeah, and I just feel like a lot of times I think we react off emotion and don't think about the long-term damage that something like that will do.
Yeah.
Because you could always get into an argument, a situation where you don't like, but I think sometimes once you cross that line, that line is gone. And even with my kids, like, I'm not a perfect parent. My wife's not a perfect parent. We do the best, and especially with us because we travel a lot, right? So our whole thing is people say, well, what's your goals? My goals are always to make sure my kids are good. Like, I want them to have the best education paid for. I want them to, start off at zero, meaning they have no debt. That's my goals for my 6 kids. But then she says something like, I think she said something like, you didn't even want your daughter to go to college. But some people believe that. Yeah. Like, some people feel like, you don't need school. And I'm not mad at that. I'm not mad at his opinion on that. That's not a problem because I don't know if Russell graduated from college, but Russell created a fortune. He's one of the pioneers when it comes to this hip hop thing. So
for all of his children, not even just her. So, yeah.
Well, let's go to the phone lines. A lot of people on the lines. Hello, who's this?
Hi, this is
What's your name?
Michelle.
Hey, you got us on. You have us on Bluetooth or speaker because we can barely hear you, Mama.
No, I hear you.
Okay, go ahead. Now, what's your thoughts?
My thoughts is like, come to me and tell me what the problem is. So I don't go to social media and tell everybody that you have a problem with me, but I don't know.
Yeah.
Forget everybody on my social media because we're all mutual friends. Know what the problem is but me.
Well, she said
So, I'm going to go to social media blasting you.
Yeah, she did say she tried to talk to him, but she said that he kept doing the same thing. But I always feel like, and I can't tell anybody how to react, but I feel like if that was still an issue, block me. You don't have to talk to me. You don't have to take that abuse. You could block me on social media. You could block me on the phone call. And
Absolutely correct.
And if there is a problem or if there's an emergency, we have so many family members around that could get to me if that does happen, if it's affecting me like that, where she says she was having panic attacks,
But she shouldn't be posting her dad having these rants either. That's where she's wrong at.
Okay, thank you, Mama.
Yeah, she's right.
Hello, who's this?
Hey, this is Jonathan from Miami.
Hey, Jonathan.
Hey.
Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning, DJ and Jeff.
Good morning.
About family business, I'm not a fan of putting our family business on Front Street. But if it's something criminal, you go through the right authorities and all. But don't put your family business because it's complicated.
It is. I don't think there was anything criminal. She didn't say anything criminal, but I think a lot of times when we look at this, I feel like a lot of times it's used to demonize a parent or to, you know, make a parent look bad. Like I seen it with the Kirk Franklin when his son put out the audio of Kirk Franklin cursing out his son. Yeah. We seen it with Master P. We seen it with Brian McKnight. Now we see it with Simmons. And I'm not saying that any of these individuals are right or any of these individuals are wrong. I just don't like that family business. I just feel like it's none of our business. And I think it hurts those people in the long run. And if I really love my parents, my dad, my mom, I don't want to hurt them. I don't want to make them look bad. I cannot like them, and maybe we could have a problem, but I would never want to hurt them.
And it's certain words that you use. Like he said criminal. It's certain words that you use because like in a lot of Kimura's and Aoki's claims, they said abuse. So it's like, you know, that could be taken any type of way.
800-585-1051. If you just joined us, we're talking about Russell Simmons, Kimura Lee Simmons, and their daughter Aoki. They were talking family business, and we're asking what's your thoughts about putting family business out there. We seen it with Kirk Franklin and his son. We seen it with Master P and his son. We seen it with Brian McKnight and his children. Let's talk about it. It's The Breakfast Club. Good morning. Morning, everybody. It's DJ NV, Charlamagne the God. We are The Breakfast Club. Charlamagne's out a couple of days, so Jess Hilarious is here.
Yes.
We're opening up the phone lines, 800-585-1051. We're talking about Russell Simmons, Kimura, and Aoki over the weekend, or actually Father's Day. They were talking about all these different things. I guess Aoki, well, how did it start? You can break it down.
Yeah, so it started because Russell Simmons posted, stopped telling fathers that they should fight harder to see their kids and start asking why they had to even fight at all. And Kimura went off. I guess that triggered something. She went off and saying that he's been threatening their kids and everything, and that she's been the one holding down the fort for the children, and the daughter's mad because he keeps saying he ain't got no money. When she asks him for money, he'd be like, ask your mom, and this, that, and the other. So, and it just got real bloody and messy for me.
All right, so we're asking 800-585-1051. We're asking, what are your thoughts? And we have Chloe on the line. Chloe, good morning.
Good morning.
Hey, how you feeling?
I'm doing good this morning. This is like actually the first time I've gotten through in like trying to call in a decade.
Oh, all right. Well, what's your thoughts, Mama?
Well, I think that with celebrities, there's like a different thing going on. There's a different level. And I think that if this is what the girls felt they needed to do in order to get this information out there and for their mental health, I think, you know, that's the route they felt they needed to take.
Yeah, but I don't think it helps mentally, because does it really? I mean, you got everybody talking about it. Not everybody's going to agree with them, so people are going to be attacking them, and I think it really makes it worse. So I don't think it helps them mentally at all. Yeah. I think it actually makes things worse.
Yeah.
I mean, and we're going to agree to disagree. I think that to certain people, this is therapeutic, right? To be able to let go of it, to be able to speak on it, and tell their truth, because, you know, Russell is beloved, right? And who's going to believe that? So in order to be able to bring it to the public forum, maybe it's not about everybody else. It's about what is good for them.
Okay. Well, thank you, Chloe.
Absolutely. Have a great day.
You too now. Hello, who's this?
Hey, good morning. It's Roya from Brooklyn. Can you hear me?
Hey, Roya from Brooklyn. Good morning.
Good morning. How you guys doing?
Good. What's your thoughts, Mama?
Sorry?
I said, what's your thoughts?
Oh, yes. I think it's ridiculous. I feel like I don't even think extended family should know what's going on in their immediate family. It's something going on between my mom. I'm not going to tell my aunt, my cousins. I might go to my sister, but I don't need anybody looking at my mother crazy. Like, just don't need that. So social media is definitely not going to get that information. Like, totally not. They all out of line. Right. All out of line.
Yeah, and the lady that just called and said, you know, sometimes people got to express their feelings. I just don't feel social media is the place to do that.
That's not therapeutic. Therapeutic is when you get something. That can't be therapy. Everybody like speculating about you, and then other things like what about when the family gets when they make up, when the family gets back together and everything. Now y'all gonna go online and be like, all right, we're good now, and everybody still hates your dad or your ex-husband. You know, like that. Family beefs don't last all like forever, all the time, you know. So they have that to face if they ever get back good again.
Hello, who's this?
Hi, my name's Kiana from Houston.
Hey, Kiana from Houston. Good morning.
Good morning, Indy. Good morning, Jess. How are you guys?
We good.
Kiana, I know your hair is tore up. I've never seen temperature and humidity that hot in my life.
Man, I literally just tweeted, it's 90 degrees outside and the sun isn't even out.
Yo, it was 105 degrees. I don't even have hair. Yes. I don't even have hair and my hair was messed up in Houston. It was like disrespectfully hot.
You just gotta keep it braided during this time. There's no weave, there's no silk press, straight braid.
Jesus. Well, talk to us, Kiana. What's your thoughts?
My thoughts are just simply like, I do feel like this should stay private as a family, but I feel like them as women, they're like fed up to see like a man that was like once your protector, your provider, how he is just like putting on this persona. And I mean, Kamara says she's been dealing with it for like a couple years. So I think they're just fed up to the point where it's like, okay, you want to put out there this persona that you're like this type of dad. Let me just show you what type of dad you really are. You know what I mean? Because the youngest daughter was saying how mean, basically, I guess, like her older sister was like getting like stuff sent to her, saying to sign away her inheritance and all this other kind of stuff. And it's like, abuse doesn't have to be physical. Like, if you call me and just start an argument with me out of nowhere while I'm trying to finish college or I'm not even in the same state as you, that's abuse. It's like, no, you can't keep doing this to me as your daughter or as your ex-wife or whoever. Like, yes, you can block him, but at the same time, it's like, I'm trying to give you some type of leeway because you are my dad and I want to have a relationship with you, but I'm only give you so much rope before you hang yourself, sir. And at this point, yeah.
But you don't think that it's okay? So do you think this is out of nowhere? You don't want to even hear his side. You don't think that like what you don't think he just calling just to call? I don't think this is out of nowhere, just off of the fact that like Kamora said that this has been happening for years. Like he stopped supporting them like years ago or whatever. Okay.
So I don't think it's out of nowhere, but I just think, like I said, I just think they're fed up. Now, would I have aired it out the way that they did? No, because on a smaller scale, my dad has kind of like, I guess, done that to me. So I guess that's why it's kind of personal for me.
Yeah.
Because like him and my mom grew up together, and my mom still hangs around the friends that they grew up with, and they'll ask me like, "Oh, how's your dad?" And I'm like, "I don't talk to that man."
Right.
Now, do I go and put it on Facebook or any of that? Like, no. But like his friends that ask, "Oh, how's your pops?" I'm like, I don't know.
Right.
I don't talk to him, but 2 days later he'll post us on Facebook, and I'll say us like me and my brother as if we were just at his house last night.
Right.
When, sir, we ain't seen you in months. We ain't heard from you in however long. You call like whenever you want to, but it's not like consistent like that. But he puts it out there as if it is, so I just let him.
Yeah.
Because if that makes floats your boat, go ahead.
I really think it's about money. A lot of it is about money.
But you know what? Another thing that really bothered me, and I just want to put this out there. I don't know if Russell is right, if Russell is wrong. I just don't like the family business. But one thing that did bother me is in one of those conversations, they said that they felt like maybe Russell is losing it. Like maybe he's having formed some type of dementia or he's having problems with bipolar. And that made me feel even worse because, if your dad is going through those type of problems, to air out family business, I think it's wrong.
Yep.
Try to get your dad help.
Yep.
And I would hope that if I got to a point where I was wilding out, that one of my kids or my wife would be like, you know what, Dad, you need some help. Like we need to make sure, we need to take his phone away or we need to do something to actually help him instead of trying to put his business out there.
Right.
Because she said to herself, like, I think my dad is having dementia or something is wrong. And if that is the case, I feel putting the stuff out there to embarrass him is wrong.
Crazy.
Yeah. What's the moral of the story? You got a moral?
Moral of the story is don't do it because family feuds don't always last forever.
Right.
So just oh my God, just talk, just communicate with your peoples. Make sure they always good. And communication is the key. Not even only in relationships, in family ships, friendships, whatever. Communicate.
All right. I mean, there was a little bit of time when me and my mom and my pops didn't speak. It was like, I think like a month or two. I don't even remember why, but we never talked about it. Then we spoke and then it was like, that was
nothing
stupid.
ever happened.
Moving. Right. That was so long ago, but I love my parents. And I think the moral should be like Jess. Take your father or your mother out somewhere, get some mushrooms, and do some mushrooms with your parents like Jess did over the weekend, and y'all bonded.
And we bond. Get all of that out, clean out all the closets and everything, and y'all gonna be straight. Y'all can look forward.
I would love to see my moms and dad on shrooms. My dad is 80, my mom is 78. Could I see my mom might start twerking on mushrooms?
They would love it. I was gonna say 78 and 80. Dang, that's good.
Yeah, I can't see them. All right, when we come back, we got your rumor report. What we talking about?
Oh, Ari, Fletcher, and Tiana. G Herbo and the baby mama beefs is crazy.
All right, we'll get into that next. Don't move. It's the Breakfast Club on BET.
Wake that ass up
early in the morning.
The Breakfast Club.